Hello, and welcome to Lumpia and Latkes. I'm Jay, a Filipino-American.
And I'm Mitch, an American Jew. We are friends
And former co-workers.
who riff all day at work and decided to create this podcast for extended conversations on anything that intrigues us.
We won't always get it right, but we'll do what we can. Thanks for joining us. This episode, fast food. Fast food, that is our topic of the week. Fast food, we all love it. Everybody loves it, right? I mean,
well,
we try
not everybody. Not everybody.
Love
Not everybody loves it. I think the only fast food like my dad will eat is Chick-fil-A. I truly do. That's where it starts for me. Is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's the only fast food that he will eat.
But at some point, everybody eats it because it's everywhere. You can't go anywhere. Sure. You can't go anywhere without having fast food somewhere, unless you're like really like a true food desert.
I get
fast
it.
Food is everywhere.
I get it. Yeah, I truly get it. But you know what? You know, it's interesting. Fast food is just about everywhere, but there are some places, sometimes, where it's not. But but it's still there in some fashion. You know what I mean? Like I'll give you an example. I was up in northern New York at an airport up there, and they really didn't have fast food. But then I was like, well, there's a Subway, so I guess that's fast food.
Yeah, I would qualify that as fast food.
You know what I mean?
It's certainly not like a proper sit-down restaurant, so yeah.
Or there's a Dunkin' Donuts right next to it. That's kind of sort of fast food.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like...
Donuts, I would say, was definitely fast food, too, because you're not waiting for... Like, anything that you can get immediately, you know, or then, like, you know, less than 20-ish minutes, I would call it still fast food.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I guess I can get behind that. Yeah, sure. But anyways, let's just start off with Chick-fil-A since I already started there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Chick-fil-A, it's delicious. I will say that they had their change, about a year or so ago, where they changed the chicken or something like that.
Chicken and the fries.
I can taste the difference.
Sure
I'm sorry.
The fries taste stale when you get them. And it's like, what is this?
Kind of,
unless you get them fresh, they taste stale. It's just so strange.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and then the chicken, like you're right, the chicken quality is not as good. And I remember there was a big uproar from people online saying, like, they're changing the quality of chicken. What in the world? I'm not paying for that. And it's like, there's a difference, but it's really not that. I mean, unless you're really picky, like, it's fine.
I notice a difference. It's still good food.
It's still
good. It's still
the
good.
Service is still A+.
Oh, exactly. The service is still A+. I mean, I can get through a drive-through. Typically, most drive-throughs at Chick-fil-A, you get through pretty damn quickly. I mean, I'm sorry. If only like the military would single file in like Chick-fil-A would, you know, we'd have a lot less problems with it.
Yeah. But yeah, Chick-fil-A, it's just interesting in that the way that their process is so different from every other fast food place, and that usually it's rare to see them actually use the speakers these days. Usually it's somebody standing outside, unless it's really bad inclement weather. People are standing outside with a tablet and they're calling it in over the radio or the walkie-talkie, and then you have somebody else who's standing out there to give you a receipt. It's like they have such an interesting, unique system for Chick-fil-A, and that's why it works.
Oh yeah, well I mean they have a lot of people involved in that whole process. They got a lot of hands. It got a lot of Indians in that kitchen, if you will. And but you know what? Well, not a lot of chiefs. More Indians. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's the wrong choice of words. Wrong choice of words.
Hello, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
That's right. Exactly. No. I don't know. I apologize. That's not what I meant by Indians. I meant like I apologize. That's not fine. Bad choice. Poor choice of words.
It's fine.
We'll just say
Chiefs. A lot of cooks in the kitchen.
A lot of people. Too many. They don't have too many cooks in the kitchen. You know, they've got just the right amount of cooks in there. They got just the right amount of associates in there, and everything just kind of flows. But at the same time, sometimes they have so many people in there. It's like, daggone, they got so many people around here. How come I'm waiting 10 minutes for my food? Yeah, because it has happened. It has happened. But I will say that the more efficient way is going through that drive-through, it seems, versus going inside. From what I've seen in the past, you know, from my own experiences. Yeah. Every time I go inside, I'm waiting. If I go through the drive-through, it moves pretty quick.
Yeah, it seems like they prioritize the customers that drive you over the people inside. It's like, well, you're inside, you're already in our building, so we're not going to let you leave. So we're going to go ahead and hold you hostage with your food.
Right.
But then everything too in that drive-through process, like that, you've probably seen it too. Like the freaking window that you would normally drive up to, it opens up into a whole freaking door, and they walk out with your food.
Yeah, man.
It's
They've
that's
completely
crazy.
changed. They've completely changed the mindset of how they deliver food.
It's
and you know what?
Yeah.
It's interesting, but it's also it's a no-brainer in some ways too. We'll just bring it to you. We don't care. We'll just bring it to you, and that's fine.
They're redefining how fast food should be done, and that's really interesting.
Are they really?
I mean, at least in the way that they give you the food, like no one else is doing that. It's very, and then they had the mobile through, where you just drive up and you get your food from another separate line for just mobile orders. Like no one else is doing that either.
I don't know how efficient that is either. I got to be honest.
I've had hit and miss. Sometimes I get through there and it's real quick. But I mean, the main thing that you're getting from the mobile through window is like you don't have to wait for people who are making up
ordering
to decide for like 30 fucking minutes to decide like do I want the chicken strip, do I want the nuggets, what do you recommend,
do you have any do you have any hamburgers,
can I get extra Chick-fil-A sauce, stupid assholes. It's like, you know what, when you get to the drive-through lane, it should be treated like an express lane, like the old days when express lanes used to be a thing, where it's like, because now they replaced them all with self-checkout. It's like if you get to it, you need to know what you're doing, you need to know what you're getting,
and
then get the heck out of there. We're not trying to wait for you to take all day to order your food.
Look, I understand your plight in that situation, sir. You wish that people would be more prepared going through the drive-through.
Yes.
It's never going to happen.
I know. It's never going to happen, but it should be a thing. In a perfect world, everybody would be ready.
No.
It's the same thing with people that use the ATM. It's like you're going to sit there for the ATM and use it for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, what are you... No, either you're going to do a withdrawal, you're going to do a deposit, especially if it's not an interactive machine with the video teller. Why are you taking so long?
Yeah, I get it.
You should have had yourself ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you that.
People take too long.
But still, I mean, with the technology we have these days and the fact that technology is at our fingertips, you would hope that people could get ahead of the game and be like, I know what I want before I even get there. Or they order it ahead of time, and then you just go through the drive-thru and just say, I'm here to pick up for Jay. And boom, we're good, okay? Right. The thing I find interesting about, Chick-fil-A, and I pull this with them every time I go, is, of course, you say, okay, I'm here to pick up for Mitch. And they're like, oh, okay. Was there anything else you'd like to add or change to your order?
Right.
I look at it, you know what I've told them these days? I literally have said, I don't know, are you hungry? What would you like?
Oh, to the worker?
Yes, I sure do.
Oh. Do they ever say, yeah, I am, as a matter of fact?
They say, yeah, I just need one nugget. I said, okay, add one nugget to the order. I'll come back and give it to you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, they just laugh or whatever, laugh it off or whatever, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. It's like, if you don't want to eat, that's fine. I was going to pay for your food. Whatever. Nobody's ever taken me up on the offer yet. No one has ever taken me up on the offer.
I assume they don't think you're being real. I assume you are being real when you really want to do that.
Yeah, I'm being real.
In a strange tangent on that, not related to fast food. I mean, maybe it is because when I go to Wawa, right, and I work on something at Wawa, right, and then there's a guy who's standing out there and said, "Man, I haven't eaten anything all day. I just want to get something to eat." I'm like, I'm not gonna give him cash because I don't believe in that.
Right.
But I've done it a couple times where I've taken them inside. All right, let's go to the touchscreen, get you your food. Oh, you want a drink? Cool, let's get you a drink. And I pay for it. I take the receipt and said, all right, get your food when they call you. All right, you have a good day. I've done that multiple times, and I have no problem with that because, if someone wants a meal, I mean, I'm not going to...
I'm going to give them a meal.
Yeah, they want to eat? Okay, you can eat.
Yep.
But it's the money thing I have a problem with. But that's a conversation in and of itself. But as far as Chick-fil-A is concerned...
of those... Yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
No,
we'll continue with Chick-fil-A. No. We'll continue with Chick-fil-A. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. We don't need to go to that rabbit hole.
No,
we're already in this one.
Yeah, we're in this one. We're in the rabbit hole of Chick-fil-A.
Fast food. That's right.
Fast food. And,
I think we've beaten the dead horse at Chick-fil-A. We all, both consensus, you and I, Chick-fil-A is on the top of our list as far as food goes.
The only other thing is, now they're doing advertisement for Chick-fil-A. It's like they never used to. And it's
Yeah.
weird that they do advertisements. It's like,
They
do you
changed their
really need
logo
to?
recently too. Did you see that?
Did they change it to what?
Yeah, they changed their logo now. Yeah.
I
When's the
gotta
last time you
look.
went to
I don't
Chick-fil-A?
know. I gotta
Yeah,
look
they've
that up
changed their
now.
logo and stuff like that. Yeah, they changed
Wait a minute.
the
Wait a
cups, the
minute.
style of their cups. Yeah, you haven't seen that yet? Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Logo.
Images. Well, I
Yep.
should just look at the official website, right? They
I
should
mean,
have
you
it.
can, but
They should have
I
it.
mean, they've gone to a new style. There it is.
Well, that's the
Booyah.
retro. That's the retro logo.
Oh, is that their retro thing? Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing
all
out
right. Grace
they're bringing
cut
out the retro
All right.
logo back. They actually
Still,
have
it's so weird.
retro cup that looks like a styrofoam cup, but it's actually a plastic cup, and you can buy it. And
Yep.
they won't fill it up for you in the store. I saw that on the advertisement, but you can
Yep.
certainly buy it and have it as a thing.
I have too,
Yeah.
because my son ordered one, and because it came with the meal, for like another how much more, or whatever it was. And the dude was like, "Hey, do you want another one?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." He took another one.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, yes, yeah. Cheers to the classic. Bringing fun all winter long. Anyway,
Timeless sips, Finch's style. Yeah,
which
okay,
is
whatever.
weird. That's a weird. I mean, I guess from like the
Yeah,
1950s,
so
60s.
weird.
It's a very strange logo.
guess.
So what we're looking at, people, is they have this. It's a cartoon chicken. It's not unlike they have a chicken now, but it's like this is a full on chicken with like the what is that, the glottal, and then the what's that thing on the top called? The brush? I don't know.
I don't
What's
know.
that called?
Couldn't
The
tell
name
you.
for these things. But yeah, it's a full on cartoon chicken. It's still mostly black and white, but it's got red for the brush and the glottal, and then the name itself is like I don't know. It's a very 50s cursive.
It kind of, honest to God, it looks like a 50s style foghorn leghorn.
Yeah, this looks very at home. Like it would look
Yep.
very at home at like a place like a Sonic type atmosphere with the back when you
Sure,
used to have people
sure.
riding their not riding rolling
On the
around
roller
on their
skates?
roller skates, right, with the full 50s vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, now we've beaten dead horse out of a Chick-fil-A. Let's move on
Yes.
to Wendy's.
Okay.
Wendy's is. I mean, they always have that thing. Was it always fresh, never frozen, right?
Yeah, they used to. Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
apparently, like I mean, I think our coworker Dave said he used to work for a Wendy's, and you see
I did.
Oh, you did too.
I used to work for Wendy's. I worked for Wendy's
Yeah.
for about 6 months back in the early 90s.
Yeah,
And
Dave did too.
I can honestly tell you, man. Yeah, I remember Dave did as well. I can honestly tell you, man, working for Wendy's wasn't that terrible of a thing, but yeah, it was different, I
Yeah.
mean, I know how they make their chili,
Right. I think
You
a lot
know?
of people do. Yeah.
I mean,
It's still good. I mean,
all right,
it's
look,
still
look.
very good.
Let's be totally fair here, and I'm going to be totally honest. Yes, they do use their hamburger meat from the day before.
Right.
But it is the cooked hamburger meat. It's the
Right.
fully cooked hamburger meat. And it's usually the hamburger meat that was like,
Right.
it sat on the grill for an extra amount of time. It kind of dried out, so it's
Right.
not really worth
But
selling
it's-
as a burger.
but it's
So
not like
it gets
they're-
put into a pan.
Yeah.
It gets put into a fridge, and then it sits in the fridge overnight
Yeah.
until it gets chopped up and thrown into the chili the next morning.
Yeah, but the way that people treat it, they're like, oh, they're taking their meat out of the trash. It's like, that's not what they're doing.
No, that's
They're
not.
not doing that at all. It's still completely edible. It's actually very edible. It's nice.
Yep.
It's good.
But I will never eat their chili. But it's not. Well, it's not because of the fact I used to make their chili. I used to make
Yeah.
the chili. I would get it. I would get in there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would help unload stuff from the deep freezer out back and bring it inside. I would do some of the dishes that might have been left over from the night before, and then I would also make their chili, and I would also get the bacon prepped up and some of the buns prepped during the day for the morning and stuff like that before I had to go off to school. So I put in a couple of hours before I went off to school. I did it for, oh gosh, probably 3-4 months that way. And then after school I would go back in and I'd work for a couple more hours. And the deal is that I didn't have to close because my parents didn't want me to work late.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
the boss lady wanted me still to have hours. So I was like, cool, if you need hours, I'll come in early in the morning. So I used to ride my bike up to school, up to the Wendy's, work, then ride my bike to school, and then after school ride my bike back over, and then I work a few more hours and be done like 6-7 o'clock. Yeah, it was a little deal we had until I found a better job because let's face it, I did not have fun working there.
Yeah,
I really
that's-
didn't. It was
that sounds like
it
a
was a
crazy
lot.
schedule.
It was a lot of labor. It was
Yeah.
a lot of labor that I wasn't a fan of. Doing dishes and
Right.
working with grease and everything else. Nah, it wasn't that great,
Yeah.
but it was still a job, and I respected it
Yeah.
for what it was.
I respect everyone that works in fast food because without them,
Yeah,
how do you get your fast food? You
that's
can't.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Although
But
they
Wendy's has got a
are.
good Wendy's got a good platter going on. They've got a good
Yeah.
meal stuff going on. What a
Yeah.
lot of people may not remember, I don't know if you remember back in the day, but Wendy's used to have they used to tout the burgers were bigger than their buns, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
That's the much what
but
I
it was
want to
like
talk about too. Is like that old
Yep.
commercial. It's like that's a
Yep.
really big bun. That's a really big bun. And it's
That's
three
right.
old ladies, and that's
Yep.
what they thought was going to be the whole thing
Where's
that caught
the
on.
beef?
Where's the beef? That's what
Beef
caught
is-
on.
That's
what
right.
everybody wanted.
That's
it's just
right.
it's similar to like when they had was it Captain Phasma that showed up in
Yep.
Star Wars, and they were like, "Oh wow, she's gonna be great," and no one gave a shit. Everybody wanted that dude with the dual,
Yep.
what is it? Whatever that is, that lightsaber, not a lightsaber. It's like I don't know what you call it. It's a staff with the two blades on the end.
Yeah, I don't remember what
That
it was
crazy.
either, man. Yep.
Came out
Mhm.
it's like, oh wow, and everybody loved that. No one gave a
Yep.
shit about Captain
Nope.
Phasma. So sad.
Nope,
It's
not
like,
at all.
Oh, the first female what is it? What are they called? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know what they call them. There's like
Yep.
everybody- they're going crazy. Like, oh, it's the first female one. It's like, yeah, you did it wrong because you
Yep.
got this other guy and he stole the thunder. And that's basically what this lady did for the Where's the Beef?
She did.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all.
But if you recall, they were actually smash burgers. They were like the old version of a smash burger, except it really wasn't a smash burger, but it kind of was. You would just smash the four corners of the burger once it got to at a certain stage of the cooking process. Because I used to do that crap,
Yeah.
and then once that was done, then you just once it was cooked, then you put it on the freaking bun and just let it go out its way. Nowadays, the new stuff, they just don't smash it anymore. It's the same daggone square patty that they've been getting for years. They just don't smash the daggone thing anymore. That's it. That's the only difference. And it looks nice and thick and all that kind of stuff because that's what people want. But whatever. It's fine. And Wendy's, decent food. I got no problem with Wendy's, with the exception of the two Wendy's close by my house, which I won't go into. But again, it is what it is on that. But Wendy's is always decent. And who doesn't love a Frosty? I'm sorry.
Frosty, let me say that. The Frosty, when they changed it from just having regular Frosty, it's like you just go to Wendy's and get a Frosty. And what was
Yes.
a Frosty? It was just
Chocolate.
That's it. Then they
Delicious.
changed Frosties, and now you have your vanilla or your chocolate. And it's like
Yep.
the chocolate, I don't think it tastes the same.
Nope.
They made some differences. And it's like, I
Slight
don't know what they
differences.
did. And it's like, I mean, it's still good, but it's like, it's
Yeah.
not what I remember. It's not my
Now,
childhood.
I understand. I get it. Did you ever used to dunk your fries in the Frosty?
Oh, all the time, man. All the
See,
time. Same-
I never picked up on that until I was like 9 or 10. My stepmom told me about it. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
and then
sweet and
at first
savory.
couple of times I had it, I was just like, "It's really not a hot fry inside of with cold chocolate." I was like, "It's not really that good." I can't get enough of it now. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just good that way. I'm
It's
like,
good.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
delicious.
Great
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you remember I think his name is Dave Thomas, right?
Dave Thomas, the founder of
Dave
Wendy's.
Thomas, the founder. He was on all the commercials.
Yep.
If you look at Wendy's, the little girl that's in the thing, her like collar says "mom."
Yes.
Yeah, some people don't
Yeah.
know that. It's one of the little hidden things in there. But yeah, Dave Thomas he used to be on all the commercials. He had that very recognizable face, the glasses, and the white
Dave's
hair and
Foundation.
yeah, Dave's Foundation. They still run it today.
Dave Thomas. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he wore that apron all the time that said Wendy's on it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Seemed like a really nice guy.
Did. Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
He seems like, in a way, to me, he seems like the fast food version of Sam Walton. I mean, someone actually gave a shit about his people and the quality. And it's
Sure,
like,
sure.
as soon as he went, so did all the love and the care.
Right. Totally. Totally.
I mean, honestly, it's I mean, this is a larger conversation in and of itself, but corporations and CEOs and the way they treat workers is like we've gotten far away from like treating the worker as a person and more it's just like
Right.
a number.
A number.
Yeah, and it's really
Yep.
sad. And I think
Yeah.
fast food is very much part of that. But
Yep.
what are you gonna do? Fast food is part. There probably needs to be some reform somewhere, but I mean,
Yes.
but we'll get away from that. That's going to make us depressed. Let's go on to McDonald's. McDonald's, man, serving
wow.
serving billions of customers. I still think it says that on their signs.
That's
over
right.
Like 7 billion, or I don't know what number.
Yeah, something like
now.
that. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, huge, massive numbers of customers. Their fries, again, I've said this about their fries before. Their fries taste weird. I don't know what it is. It's like the fries, they taste off.
Yeah,
whatever the oil is, it just tastes bad to me.
I know. I think it is kind of strange too.
Yeah, and it didn't used to be.
Something's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And also, I think we mentioned this too. Like those fries used to be Julia Child's favorite French fries when they were made with beef tallow, in beef tallow,
and they were delicious.
And they were good back then.
I remember it. It was delicious, Jay. It was delicious. I had no problems eating it. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, I love their chicken nuggets too. Their chicken nuggets were absolutely delicious as well, man. Because
I still go to town
made
for nuggets.
Beef tallow.
Yeah, I still go to town under chicken nuggets today. They're still relatively good.
They're okay. Yeah. I honestly, I don't go to McDonald's as often as I should. My daughter loves her chicken nuggets as well. She likes their fries at this point now. Yay, we finally got her eating something other than just chicken nuggets. But you know, I used to tear up their Big Macs back in the day. I love the quarter pounders with cheese. Oh man, loved to tear them suckers up. And man, I
you know what they call quarter pounder with cheese?
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. Immortalized by that one line.
That's right.
If you know what line that is, let us know on our Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Leave a comment.
So, yeah, man. Oh, so good. It was so freaking good.
I remember from McDonald's in particular, for the terminal, right? With Tom Hanks, Captain Jones. When he couldn't afford anything, all he could afford was a quarter pounder or...
Yep.
Was it a quarter pounder? Yeah.
I think it was a quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah, a quarter pounder with cheese. And he would just go over there and the funny thing is he could afford it with a quarter. That's how long ago that movie was made.
Well, it wasn't a quarter. It was a couple of dollars. He would go around and pick up all the carts and stuff like that and get enough change to get himself a meal.
But he put down it was only a couple cents. It wasn't a full dollar, I remember. But a couple cents down, put it, and then they gave him a whole burger back.
Yep.
It's what? What in the world of inflation? Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Oh, dude, crazy. Come on. All right, so I remember getting hamburgers for 20 for when they were selling them for 25 cents a pop, 29 cents for cheeseburgers. I remember those days, sir.
Oh man.
Okay. All right, you want to go even crazier than that. So, over there in Kempsville, in the lovely city of Virginia Beach, there used to be a place called Hot and Now, which is just across the street from Kemps River Crossing. Okay. And my buddy Matt and I went into the Hot and Now, and we picked up, God, what was it? 20 hamburgers, 20 hamburgers, 10, I think it was 10 large fries. It's either 5 or 10 large fries, and 2 the biggest possible cups of soda that you could find.
Yeah. And
we spent less than $20 for all of that.
Damn.
Spent less than $20. Burgers were 30 cents a pop, dude. Okay? It was insane. Oh, yeah, it was absolutely insane. And we went back to his house and ate it all. Ate it all, dude. When we got done, we were like, oh, my God, I can't believe we just ate all that. What is wrong with us, man? We just went to town. But the crazy part was Matt hadn't eaten in a day and a half. He was starving. He hadn't eaten a day and a half because Matt just does stupid stuff like that. I mean, he just goes on these little crazy binges where he just screw it. I'm busy doing stuff. It was either studying or doing whatever it was. Just hadn't eaten. And then me, I was just fuck it. I was a big dude anyways. I was like, I'll eat anything. Let's go. So.
I'll eat anything. Just put it in front of me. I'll just start eating it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, dude. All right. So to make it even better, freaking, what was it? Taco Bell, dude. I would buy 3 bean burritos and a glass of water, and it cost me less than $3. Wow. Less than $2 actually, because it was 59 cents a piece. Yeah, it's 59 cents a piece plus tax. It came down to $2.09, $2.10 or something crazy like that. And I would give them $3 and I get 90 cents change. I had a shit ton of change all the time because I used to go by Taco Bell and just pick up 3 bean burritos, and that was it. I was good. I was filled up and everything was fine, and I only spent less than $3 or $2 or whatever it was, and a glass of water. That's it.
Yeah, it's. I know that one of our coworkers, he goes to these places and he'll always ask for a water cup. And I always tell him, like, hey, man, when you get that water cup, don't fill it up with water. Just fill it up with soda. They won't know. He never does it. He never does it.
No, I never do either. I never did either. I was always truthful about it. I never lied.
Yeah.
You would do it, wouldn't you? You would, wouldn't you?
If I really wanted soda, I mean, you know, honestly, if I really wanted soda, I'll just buy the cup with the soda.
I got you.
I'm not going to get a water cup. I don't know. There are people that do that, and I'm like, why would you just buy the soda? It doesn't cost that much.
Just don't be dishonest. Just do the dirty deed and pay the extra money for it and call it done. Yep.
Now, thinking of that, too, I saw a video recently for... it was on TikTok, and it was someone that was at Dollywood. You know, we love Dolly Parton. She's great. Mm-hmm. But she has her theme park, Dollywood, right? And you can get your soda, you get your cup, and they have a new system where it has a QR code on the cup. Right?
Oh, wow.
It's a QR code. You scan it at this little reader on the fountain soda machine, and then it says, you have this much remaining to fill.
No way.
And then you fill it up with your choice of drink, whatever it is, and it counts it down, and then you scan your cup again, and you can keep refilling it until it tells you have nothing remaining. You need to get a refill. You need to buy a refill.
What?
And straight up, they are limiting people at Dollywood. I was like, what?
Wow.
Is things really that tough now? Come on, man.
No, it's not that things are tough like that. It's that they found another little niche to get more money from people. Because they're going, well, we got to make some more money. How are we going to make some more money? I know. Let's charge them for a drink. Well, we're already charging them for a drink. What do you mean? Well, we're selling them a cup. And as long as we sell them that cup, it takes care of the overhead costs of all the soda. And just give them as much soda as they want. Well, why are we giving them as much soda? Maybe we should limit it. And then they'll ask for more.
I just find it interesting that, you know, from Dollywood, the place that has, you know, Dolly Parton, who's known for her generosity and philanthropy.
I find that very interesting that would happen at a place like Dollywood. I don't know if I've so you've heard it, but you can't confirm it.
No, I've seen the video. Of the guy.
You've seen the video?
Yeah, it's on TikTok. It's a dude who straight up went to the thing and said, like, hey, guys, I'm just trying out the new cup system they have at Dollywood. I'm like, what is this? And he scans the freaking QR code on the cup to say, like, this is how much you have left. I'm like, dude, what? This is crazy. It's crazy. I hope that's not going to spread to other theme parks or anywhere else, the airport, whatever, wherever you're going. It's like, that's going to be terrible. At that point, it's like, I'm just going to go to the Dollar Tree and get myself a drink and bring it in with me. They want to tell me you're not allowed to have outside drinks. Like, sorry, you guys are doing some crazy-ass crap. I'm not doing that.
Dollywood introduced Scan, Fill, and Go Pepsi Fast Fill system that uses QR codes on souvenir cups to restrict refills. These machines track the volume poured and enforce time limits under 30 seconds per fill, cutting off soda access once the set amount is reached. The system, which aims to reduce theft and increase efficiency, has caused guest frustration. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
It's wild. They said it's towards theft. It's like, no, this is to make more sales.
How is that theft?
I don't know.
I mean,
to call that theft, it's like...
I mean, are people literally sitting there and just pouring a bunch into whatever they wish? I mean, don't get me wrong, Jay. All right, I can kind of see a little bit about this, and I know we've gotten way off track, but I'm all about this right now because I mean, I'm going to I'm going to be going to Universal Studios this spring, okay, or this summer, so. I'm going to be taking water bottles with me, and that is my plan. I'm going to be drinking water pretty much the whole time I'm there. If I sit down at a restaurant, maybe I'll have a soda. Like it'll be like a zero soda of some sort, most likely, if they have them. If they don't have them, then I'm just going to stick strictly with water because let's face it, it's Florida, it's hot. It's you want to stay hydrated, and soda is not a way to stay hydrated, my friend.
No.
So water is going to be a thing. So I'm taking a water jug with me. Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to take 2 or 3 water jugs. Well, I know at Universal, water is free. All you got to do is ask for it, and they will give it to you in a cup with ice, and you just say, okay, fine. And I'll just take as many down cups as I want. I'm just going to pour that right into my jug because they won't. You can't just hand them your jug and say, fill her up. That's not going to work. That's a no-no to them. Okay, they won't let you do that. So you have to take each one. So I'm just taking the cups. I'm just pouring it into the jugs to fill up the daggone thing. And just going bloop, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Done. Okay? I can do the same thing in the cafeteria-style restaurant at Universal, because there's plenty of them, with the soda fountain with my jug. I could do the same thing. I could walk in there and I could do the same damn
Okay.
thing, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that because again, I'm not really one to thieve. I
Yeah.
feel like that is stealing.
Yeah.
So maybe
Sure. You didn't
that's
pay
why
for
the
it. Yeah.
scan, fill, and go thing goes. So
But the
scanning
thing
the QR
is,
thing is perfectly fine in some ways,
but then
but
the
I
thing
think
is,
that's
like, you
what they're
paid a lot to
referring
get
to.
in. I think you paid a lot to get in the park anyway, and then you're already paying all these extra fees. Like you got to pay. Sometimes you got to pay for parking, and you got to pay for
100%.
like lightning lanes and all this kind of stuff. It's like we're
100%.
already paying a bunch. Why do you care about the soda?
100%.
I don't know.
Totally understand what you're saying, Jay.
Yeah.
Do not disagree with you
Right.
at all for
Right.
this. But it's one of those things where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? This is how much soda we've
Yeah.
gone through. This
Yeah.
is how much we've sold the souvenir cups. This is
Yeah.
how much we've also sold in sodas at these restaurants.
Right.
Where are we losing? Where are we losing money? Well, we're losing money in the soda biz. We're going through
Right.
more soda than what we know what to do with.
Right.
Well, why are we going through so much soda? Well,
Well,
let's take a look at some of the cameras. Well,
you
you can
know,
clearly see on the cameras, mom and dad are just grabbing those jugs
yeah.
of whatever they want and just filling it up with soda and then going home. So
Yeah.
now that somebody just picked up 3 2 liters of soda
Yeah.
and is going home.
You know what could also probably be another idea for this? It's just make up a license, some sort of deal with these soda providers, and just
Right.
get canned or bottled
Ooh.
drinks.
Ooh, no, that's an even worse idea, sir.
Hey,
That's
look,
an even
man,
worse idea.
it makes more
Because
trash. But
that's right.
but at the same time, it's like, you know what? You got to pay the cost somewhere, and then like you're just pissing off your customers at this point, and then you're gonna
I
get less and less people
understand
because of the fact that you're doing
completely.
this.
But
Yeah.
that I do think I understand why they're trying to do what they're doing, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I think that it's also again, I'm paying this amount of money to be able to get into this place,
Right.
and I realize that times
Right.
have changed over the
Yeah.
years. But guess what? Dollywood has been open for however long that they've been open for.
Yeah.
To go this route to me seems a little odd.
A little strange. Again, coming from Dolly Parton too, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
it's weird. She already makes
Yeah.
a bunch of money. She has a bunch of money. She's invested
Right.
it. She has so many avenues. Like she
Right.
has a freaking cake mix that she has through little
Right.
little Debbie. No, little
Something
what
like
is
that.
it? Something. Debbie Crocker. Debbie Crocker. She has
Betty
a
Crocker.
Betty
Betty
Crocker.
Crocker.
Betty Crocker. Sorry. She has a thing to Betty Crocker. It's like she has
Yep.
so many ways to make money, and then I don't know. Maybe it's really not her. Maybe it's her executives, like in that theme park thing. Like, well, we got to show Betty, not Betty.
Yeah.
We got to show Dolly that we're worth our money. You know, so we're gonna go ahead and make this change and show, hey, it's
Right.
for you. It's to make you more money. It's like
So apparently,
know.
this isn't the only place that's done it before. According to what I'm
Oh.
reading here, Hershey Park is another place that also has attempted to do this kind of thing.
huh? How'd that work?
Yep.
Is it still doing it?
I don't know. I haven't. I'm not. It just says the move is similar to systems used at Hershey Park and other amusement parks to curb the abuse of or sharing or using old cups for free drinks.
Using old cups for free. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
again, it's just one of those things, sir. It happens.
I mean,
know?
I just hopefully it'll. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of this because again, I agree with you. I see it from their end too. I really do. Even though I've said all this shit, I really do see it from their side too.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, I get
people
it.
do steal. It's a thing.
Yep,
It's like I
yep.
talked about with the water cup. People do that all the time.
Right.
So
I get it. I get it. No, but
Yeah.
at the same time, again, it's a fine line to walk
It
between.
is.
I
It
understand
is.
it. We're so used to getting these things and like just you go into the park and you get a cup and you get it for free and then you get as many refills as you wish. Or in some other cases, like Busch Gardens Winterfest, you would pay for the souvenir cup for the hot chocolate, and then
Right.
instead of paying $7.99 or $9.99, then it was like $3.99 just to get it refilled. And hey, that's a steal. Let me go ahead and get more of that. So
Right.
you would go ahead and do that. But again, Busch Gardens has done it. But again, if you remember as a kid, they never had these little cup systems like this before. You would go
No.
and you'd get a soda and you'd walk around the soda and it was in a plastic cup. And then when you're done, you throw it away. And if you wanted more soda, you went out and buy more soda.
Right.
Now it's just like, oh, wait a minute. We don't want to keep on giving the plastic away. So we're going to sell you one big thing of plastic that you can take home yourself.
Yeah.
And guess what? All you got to do is just buy once and then you can get as many refills as you want. Okay, great system. Let's do that. Boom. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, damn, we're losing our shirt. People are abusing the system. They're coming in, blah, 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 blah. And,
Right.
again, hey, I've even thought of it myself. I have cups from Busch Gardens from years past that I used to get my hot chocolate. And I said, you know what? I need to bring my cup in because as soon as I bring my cup in, I can get the refill cost, not have to pay for a whole new cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's abusing the system. But guess what?
I guess.
I forgot to bring my cup this year.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I had to buy a new cup because guess what? I wanted hot chocolate. It was cold.
Yeah.
So is that abusing the system? Yes. According to their eyes, yes, it is. In my eyes, no, I'm just bringing in the same cup that I had from years past.
You made the purchase. You still purchased from them, so I don't see that's really... I don't know.
Understand that. But in their eyes, it's abusing the system.
It's a gray
More than likely, if you really had someone at the front paying attention to that shit, they would do that.
Yeah.
They would totally do that.
We will continue this conversation in the next episode. Coming up next, the coffee table. A coffee table book is designed primarily for display and casual perusal, rather than to be read from cover to cover. These books showcase topics that act as a conversation starter for guests. This is the Google AI overview for what is a coffee table book. Each week we read and discuss such books with or without the coffee. Pull out a chair and take a seat at the coffee table. Good morning. Good morning. Yes.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy. Oh, man. Good morning. Hey, you know what? We got past the snow. I know you're in New York. I don't know. How's it up there anyway? Is it cold?
Dude, there's snow piled up. Oh,
Is there really?
I got off the plane. It was -2 degrees. And the snowbanks from the plows at least 3 feet high.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Down here it's just cold, but it's right now my Google clock says 27 degrees. Current time that we're recording is 8:25 p.m. On a lovely Tuesday afternoon.
Right now it's 17 degrees.
Yeah, 17 degrees
feels like 9.
Okay, I don't know the real feel. I have no idea, but it's actually pretty nice outside. I've never known how to feel. Someone needs to teach me.
I want to know what love is.
Yeah, well, I believe the children are our future.
I want you
to show me.
Teach them well and let them
lead the way. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you got this morning?
Me, dude, it's just straight up. I got Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar right now. I'm just trying to bring in the caffeine. Yeah. If I could put that in a baggie and pop it into my vein, I probably would.
I got news for you. They've just developed that available at Wawa, exclusively at Wawa. Ask for it by name. Right. It's Dr. Pepper in a baggie.
IV Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
IV Dr. Pepper. That's
right. Ask for it. Exclusive at Wawa, along with
that's right.
With reverse Oreos. Got chocolate on the inside and vanilla on the outside. I'm sure they've done that at some point. I'm sure.
No, I've never been a fan of that one, man. Straight up, just give me some straight up Oreos.
I like regular Oreos too. Yeah, double stuff, you know.
Do you dunk it?
Not.
Do you dunk it in the milk?
Not really, because I mean, if I have milk, it's usually just having the milk on its own. And
yeah, my wife's a dunker. It's she's the first that I've ever seen, but she'll just sit there and just like drown it in that stuff, so the cracker gets kind of soggy and everything. And the best part is drinking the milk at the end because some of the particles are down at the bottom, so she gets like cookie cream.
I get that. I get that. It's not unlike the people that drink the cereal milk. I mean, I do that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I get you.
It's gross though when you think about the cereal milk, because that's you've been eating out of it. It's like it's a mixture of milk, cereal particles, and also your own spit and saliva. Like, great.
Right.
It's great. they make actual cereal milk that's available as a thing to buy. I don't know if it's still very popular.
No,
It's a thing.
no,
Yeah, it's like,
no.
all right, well,
Pass.
you know for a fact, unless it says something on the back on the ingredients, it doesn't have anybody's saliva in it, so it's just milk with the cereal particles combined together. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I never looked at. I can't verify whether or not it says it on the back on the nutrition facts.
I don't want to know.
Whether or not there's
I don't
saliva.
want to know.
It could be listed as something
No.
else. I don't know.
Really? Really?
No,
Come
no,
on.
no.
You had
It's
to go
not.
there.
It's not.
You just
It's
had to go
not.
there. That's gross.
Well,
know,
cereal milk in itself is disgusting. Really.
So I'm the kind of guy, and it's going to sound extremely weird, but I'm the kind of guy that tries
Laughs
to
at a funeral?
avoid cereal milk. No,
No.
can't understand what I mean.
Then you still will. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah. You
I'm
avoid
not
cereal
the
milk.
ki-
You
I'm the
don't
kind
drink.
of guy-
You
I
don't drink your
avoid-
milk
nope.
after the end. Okay.
I try to pour just enough for the milk to get consumed by the cereal.
Do you put the milk in first, or do you put the milk over the cereal?
I put the milk over the cereal.
Yeah, I do too.
don't pour a lot in. I let it soak in, and then
Mm.
the less milk that's left over, the better it is.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, but that's just me.
Well, it's not like people who either you like soggy fries or you don't, and I like soggy fries.
Yeah, I'm not a soggy guy. I'm not a soggy fry kind of guy. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. I'll eat it. I'll eat a soggy fry, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather have a crispy fry versus a soggy fry. However, there are some fries that you just can't seem to get crispy. Like
Yeah.
fresh home fries, a lot of times you really can't get them ultra crispy because it kind of dries them out real quick. You know
Right.
what I mean? So those fresh cut fries, I prefer them. They're usually my go-to fry.
Mm-hmm.
Over like a crinkle cut, if you will. Crinkle cuts to me are like the generic fry. It's like they're processed fries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the stuff you would
And-
get at like any lunchroom, in the cafeteria.
Right, exactly,
Yeah, sure.
exactly. And there are some places that they can make some crispy crinkle cut fries, sure.
Yeah.
But they're your generic fry, and it's like, meh.
For me, it's all about whole raw potatoes. That's all I eat. You give me
raw onions too. Raw onions too.
Raw
Yeah.
onions. Ogres are like onions. Onions have layers.
Like
Ogres
onions, huh?
have layers. Yeah. Also, for this morning, I also do not have coffee. It's a coffeeless day for us at the coffee table. Unusual,
that's it.
but it can happen. I have Minute Maid frozen concentrate orange juice and lemonade mixed together.
Oh my!
Yeah, and you know why? Because they're discontinuing the Minute Maid frozen concentrate. That's a real story.
Discontinuing Minute Maid frozen concentrate.
Yeah, after
Wow.
80 years. It's been on the market for 80 years.
I know. I was going to say. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I used to love the frozen concentrate. I used to just eat it raw. I used to eat the take little scoops and eat it and everything. Oh my god, my
it's
parents
like
were so mad
a
at me for
sherbet.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very tart.
Yeah, it's
Very
unfortunate they're discontinuing it because market tastes have changed. People are interested in just the jugs of juice these days. Like
They want fresh milk. They want fresh. OJ now.
They want fresh.
They want it fresh.
Yeah, they do want fresh.
Freshly squeezed.
Yeah, Jamba Juice. They have actual
pulp.
juice, or is it like or just shakes?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
no pulp. No, you want to get pulp? Just go refer back to our previous episode. All pulp. All pulp.
Oh, pulp.
All pulp.
I'm the pulpinator.
Yeah, that's right. Even the Pope, the Catholic Pope, he asked for our product, all pulp. The Pope recommends all pulp. And she sells sea cells by the seashore.
The seashore. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
The pulp is a pulp. The Pope likes the pulp on the pulpit.
Oh yeah. And that's at the pulse of America.
That's right. Pulse of the people.
Pulse of the people who eat peeps.
And are proud.
And are proud. That's right. All right. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Now that we butchered that.
Now that we've done that, we've got our little riff-raff going on. Let's go to our books. Let's go to our books.
Yes. How about some Mr. Nelson?
Yeah.
With Mind Over Matter. This one is Couch Mover Retired. There was a time in my early 20s when no fewer than 18 energetic guys a week called me to ask if I could help each of them move a couch. I have no idea why that total is so much higher than the national average of zero point zero 0.01 energetic guys per week. Perhaps, yes, I was living my life in such a fashion as to be susceptible to such requests. At any rate, I have made life changes that have whittled the total down to zero point zero guys a week. Having extra apparent energy gives energetic guys no advantage in the area of furniture transport. None of them seems ever to have been able to accomplish this task without my help. Typically, my phone would ring about noon, and when I answered, I could hear only the pressure wave type sound of a hand covering the mouthpiece and the low vocal tones of someone speaking. Hello, I would say. Then the sound of the phone being dropped, a chair being moved, the clicking sound of a dog's claws on cheap linoleum, and then a voice. Watch it, Sarah, says a male voice. Up yours, says presumably Sarah. Hello, I say. Hey, hello, says the male voice. Hello, I say for the third time, but I want my point to be clear. Hey, man, Mike, this is Bone Man. You got to help me move a couch tomorrow, man. It'll take like 20 minutes. I'll pick you up at 1. Will Larry be there, I ask? I always need a buffer between myself and energetic guys. Someone to down convert their energy and help them fit into my admittedly energetic, guy unfriendly view of the world. Bone Man assures me Larry will. I decline. He insists that Larry wanted him to call me or he wouldn't have even asked. Well, if Larry's helping, I say, and reluctantly agree. Energetic guys often have myriad obligations that prevent them from getting anywhere until at least 3 hours after they tell you they will. Bone Man shows up at 5 p.m., but unfortunately, I'm still home. Hey man, sorry, says Bone Man as he tosses broken radios, half finished bags of circus peanuts, and endless White Castle hamburger boxes off his passenger seat to clear a place for me. He then offers a lengthy explanation about his tardiness that involves the selling of a used phone system that his stepfather gave him. It is frighteningly complex yet spectacularly uninteresting. He pauses momentarily to throw a hyperactive glance over his shoulder. Hey, you think a pretty good sized couch will fit in here? He asks. I give his AMC gremlin a cursory look. No, I say. Shoot, man. We'll have to rent a van, he says. I take note of the not so subtle introduction of the word we into his sentence about van rentals. Let's get Larry first, I suggest. Oh, he's not going to make it, he says. He had to get some deal for this thing that he was doing. Soon, we are driving past many clean, well lit van rental establishments on my way across town to his cousin's friend who he claims owes him a van rental. I challenge him on this and point out the obvious fact that it is wholly implausible that one human being could ever owe another human being a van rental. No, really, he says, and launches into an explanation that ties back to the used phone system given to him by his stepfather. Soon we pull up to an unpleasant looking house with a well groomed yard. There are quite a few cars parked out front. Your cousin's friend, I ask? No, this is my sister's place. She had a baby, and I just wanted to stop in and congratulate her. Energetic guys always assume that everyone they know is somehow part of their great, big, loving, energetic guy family. After seeing Bone Man's nephew and eating a piece of sheet cake with several old people who are justifiably suspicious of me, we head off to cash in on the free van rental that is owed us. We pass a Sears store, and he makes a quick, dangerous move to veer into the parking lot. I've just got to get some pants. You coming in? I decided to wait in the car and listen to the radio. After 40 minutes or so, he comes out of the back with a guy who is carrying 2 cases of motor oil. He puts them in the trunk, shakes hands with the other guy, and gets back in. They didn't have my size, so I got some oil, he explained. You are perhaps getting an idea of the level of work these energetic guys who called me to help them move furniture. Shady backroom deals concealed under a smokescreen of pant buying that ended up paying off in 2 cases of motor oil. The free van rental turns out to have some provisions. We must give Bone Man's cousin's friend 2 cases of motor oil and $20, and we have to swing by his sister's house to see his new niece. Of course, the couch turns out to be one of the only 6 iron frame couches ever made, and the new apartment is in the 5th floor spire of a Victorian home. When it's over and I'm weak and soaked with sweat, he says, "Hey, thanks, man. You okay going home with my aunt?" The calls tapered off in my mid-20s, and I don't think I've received one in 8 years or so. Of course, I haven't answered the phone in 8 years, so who knows?
Oh man, the reason that we're going over this because we both help people move. I mean, you of course helped your mom move, right?
Yeah.
I helped a friend move from her place to her and her boyfriend's place where these are people I used to work with, and we worked all in the same job, and
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, we'll go with mine first because mine is. I think you might have told your story on this podcast for the moving
Probably.
thing, maybe. Well, you'll tell it again, story anyway. But
Sure.
so it starts out with a text from my friend, and she says, "Hey, I need your help." Like, and it seems like kind of urgent. I'm like, oh, something went wrong or something. I was like, all right, I'll come over. So I immediately go over to her place. I'm like, I'm that kind of friend. I show up and she says, "Hey, I'm moving my stuff out from my mom's house to my apartment. I need help." And then two other guys are coming over. It's like, that's why you called me. You didn't even tell me that this was needed for a move of your stuff. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not prepared. I have a sedan. I guess I get a couple of these things into my van, but my sedan.
Sure.
I'm like, all right, sure. I'm that kind of friend. I'm like, whatever. You know what? Great. We're packing up her stuff, putting it in boxes, and then, we got to take apart her bed. She's taking that too, and, it has these weird screws, so we have to, find out how to take it apart, because she's like, I don't know how this goes apart. It's like, we'll figure it out. We're getting everything downstairs, because she's got to go downstairs, and I love her. She's a great friend. I went to her wedding, her
Okay.
and the guy's wedding, because they got married.
Okay.
But at the time, I think they were just boyfriend, girlfriend, but they're moving together.
Okay.
Um,
So were they moving in together at that point?
yeah. So
Okay.
we're moving all the stuff around, putting it in the different vehicles. We had like 4 different vehicles. One's a pickup truck, and then moving it to the house. And you get into moving stuff, and it's like I don't know. It's an experience when you move somebody's stuff around. It definitely
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely, it is.
It wasn't
Absolutely,
it
it is.
wasn't terrible. It was just like, again, I thought it was just strange because like I come over with the intent of like, oh man, something happened. I'll help you get over whatever it is, like like a mental support or emotional support, whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
then it's like, hey, I need your help moving stuff. Like, okay,
Right.
not what I thought it was here for, but okay,
Yeah.
whatever. It was no big deal. There were 2 other guys, and then also her boyfriend, my friend, whatever. We're all getting it done. She kind of just stood there
Right.
and and more or less directed us with what we need to do. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
I mean, whatever. We're all, we're friends. I don't know who the other guys were. She introduced me to them. I don't remember who they are, but I don't know. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What about you? Do you want to talk about the move for your mom or some other move?
Well, this is actually a different kind of thing here. It's not about my mom, but I did have to move something. So this was many, many years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I was probably half the size I am now.
Mm.
My cousin was moving into a house out in Deep Creek, and he had just bought a new gun safe for his for his house. Nice big gun safe, huge gun safe, man. This thing was freaking huge. Probably 3 feet wide by about, I don't know, 4 feet tall, and probably another 3 inches deep or so. I mean, this thing's
Mm.
freaking huge. Um, and a good portion of the family just went to go to like Dick's Sporting Goods so he could buy the safe and everything. And he has
Mm-hmm.
a truck and he has a trailer. He has a closed trailer, and I don't know what happened, but I wound up with the hand truck hauling this gun safe, and it was actually relatively light when it was on the
Hmm.
when it was on the hand truck. So I was like, cool, no problem. So I'm coming up to his trailer, and it's got a pull down on the back. So it's like so it basically turns into a ramp. It had been raining or drizzling a little bit, so the ramp was a little slick. Well, the hand truck, just to give a good description of the hand truck, it had handles that protruded out, so you could hold on to it a little bit better. Not the round top part, but handles that protruded outward towards the person holding the hand truck. And I'm pulling this whole thing behind me. And something just told me that, you know what, this is going to be bad. But I didn't think about it. I just said, fuck it. I'm a guy. I got to show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I got to step up. All these other guys are around me. So they all go to help me lift it up into the truck, or lift it up onto the ramp. And I slip.
Oh no.
And it now comes down towards me, and it is falling towards me.
Oh.
It literally fell on top of me.
Safe. No.
The hand truck, the handles went right down my sides of my ribs. I fit perfectly into that thing.
Oh my gosh.
The whole weight of it landed on the hand truck with the handles, and I did not get hurt.
Oh wow. That is some bit of luck. Gosh.
All everybody could see was my legs coming out from underneath me, and this safe falling on top.
I'm about to say, we're talking about a gun safe. Gun safes are not necessarily, not the heaviest things in the world, but they got some weight. You can get.
Oh, dude, I would have had my chest crushed. I should have died.
Yeah.
I honestly think I should have. I honestly thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I literally saw this thing coming towards me, and I thought it was going to literally hit me in the face, but because of the slope of the ramp, it fell down. It sloped downwards, and it hit me. God. The top of the safe hit me right at the chest, but the hand truck saved me. I was one of the luckiest people in the world. My stomach, my chest was a little tight because it did kind of hit my chest a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm here to talk about it, and I can live to tell the tale.
Yeah, you live to tell the tale.
It was shortly after that I stopped trying to help people move stuff around.
Ever? Said, screw this, never doing it again.
Nah. Well, so ironically enough, my cousin had the trailer. He sold it to my uncle.
Okay.
And now the trailer is at my uncle's house. And to this day, I still tell my uncle, you need some strips, some rough strips or something like that going across there, because somebody's going to fall and hurt themselves.
Oh yeah.
And he just laughs at me every time I say that.
That's great. I'm glad that he takes your concerns seriously. That's cool.
I could buy him the strips, but I won't. I'm just it's on principle at this point.
Yeah, but it's his property. I'm sure he should be the one to do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but yeah, I mean, I've helped people out over the years, Jay. I can't count the number of times I've helped somebody out. I mean, my parents would be like, hey, we're getting rid of this couch. And I'm like, okay. So I'll call somebody else and be like, hey, anybody interested in the couch? And they're like, yeah, can you bring it over? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll bring it over. So I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. If I bring it over, I need a truck, or I need this, or, And so we barter for a little bit, and, all right, cool. And we get what we get and move on down the road. And yeah, I'm usually sweaty and messed up or whatever it is. And sometimes stuff that we deliver doesn't always make it to its final destination in one piece. But, for the most part, it works out in the end.
Okay. We always start on good intentions.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, people always have the best of intentions when they go to move stuff around.
Yeah.
No one wants to be that person's like, hey, I can't handle this. No, I'm not going to do it. But sometimes you got to realize your limits. Sometimes
absolutely.
What's it called? A buddy lift. What is it called? Team lift. Sometimes it's very important to have a team lift. But in your story, I think there are some weird words. I'm going to go with Final Destination, gun safe, and I could have bought them the strips. Am I right?
No, that's not it at all.
Not it.
Sorry.
0
Wrong game.
Damn. All right. Well, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's got some, some references because I mean, to a certain age, and I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but it's probably more men than women. Just men, they always look at men. It's like, oh, you're big and burly. Help me move my stuff. It's just how it
Yep,
goes.
exactly. Oh,
So
exactly. I
I
mean,
feel
yeah,
like men,
yeah.
most men have some sort of stories like, oh yeah, one time I did this, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's a thing.
Yep. My cousin's like 6'2", 6'3", and has been like that since he was about 14 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, and I always hung out with him. So naturally, he got called to move stuff around. And because he got called to move stuff around, guess who got to go with him? Me.
Your son.
Me. Me. Me.
Okay.
Well, my son's a big dude too, but still,
Yeah.
and again, yeah, my son will tell you he is because he's the bigger guy.
Yeah.
They always call him to move something. Always do.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. I like that story though. It's very good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because moving stuff. Everybody knows about moving stuff. It's fun.
Yep.
Or
Yeah, it is.
it can be
Or
fun.
not.
It
Or
can be
maybe
fun.
it can be. I don't know.
It usually gives you a story at least. There's always
Oh
something
yeah.
that happens.
Oh,
You're like, all right, yeah, this,
there's always a story when it comes to
something
moving.
interesting when it comes to moving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the other book. We're going to move on from Stupid History. We might come back to it. There's more in there, but
Okay.
I just want to try this new book. It comes to
Yeah.
every now and then you go into Five Below, right? Everybody knows Five Below.
Yeah.
It's not quite Five Below anymore. Now they got their Five Beyond section. It's this whole thing of like that's probably something we should talk about: the rising prices at discount stores. That's a thing.
Dollar trees are no longer dollar.
Dollar Tree is more like a Dollar General. Yeah. But
It's more like a Dollar General. Yep.
yeah, we'll go into that at some point, I'm sure. But this is one of the $5 books, and it's called Phantom Phenomena: Tales of the World's Most Terrifying and Supernatural Events. And there's no author.
Okay.
It seems to just be by a company called Castle, or a publishing house called Castle. And
Interesting.
just a little
Okay.
disclaimer from the front, from the introduction itself says the stories you're about to read, or in this case here, have not been proven. Due to the number of submissions that have been collected anonymously, names and attributions have been removed unless otherwise noted. Keep in mind, these stories are not told through my perspective, but through the perspective of those who experienced them or what they've heard from others. Some stories in this collection include mentions of suicide, violence against animals, and other adult themes.
Oh my.
Reader discretion
Oh my.
or listener discretion is advised.
Okay.
All right, let's go with this one. The Cave in the Mountain. Humans have long since battled the call of the unknown. Peering deep into a dark cave, instinct and curiosity edge us forward, daring us to explore, despite what or who might lurk in the shadows. Field notes. Location: the hills of Mexico. Date: time just before sunset. Atmosphere: an unfathomable darkness, unbearably hot.
Unfathomable.
Unfathomable. Unfathomable.
Okay.
You can't even fathom it.
Fathom. That's right.
Yeah.
You can't even
You-
fathom.
You
the
can't
amount
fathom the
of
truth.
darkness that's here.
That's right.
All I can think of is Gilbert Godfrey talking about how dark it is.
It was so dark, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face.
That's right. Exactly. Thank you,
All right.
Gilbert.
Yeah, of course. Hey, we used to work with Gilbert. Yeah, it's, inside joke. Anyway,
We love you, Gilbert.
we love you, Gilbert. We do. I was around 10 years old when I first encountered the cave. I am the youngest of 3 to Mexican-American parents. In my childhood, I traveled to Mexico at least twice a year. My folks both come from a small village in the desert valley in central Mexico. During my childhood and adolescence, the village or town, whatever you'd like to call it, had a maximum of 300 residents. Everybody knew everybody. You get it. As a child, going from the downtown of a major Texas city to the lawless deserts of Mexico was liberating in a way. I could do whatever I wanted at any time, with little apparent consequence. I discovered a lot about myself and learned to respect life and nature while hunting and working in the hills of Mexico. A popular pastime for the folks of the town was a hike up the mountain just outside of town. It took all day to reach the top, but when you did, you could enjoy a view of the entire town and the valley while the sun was setting. It was a truly enjoyable experience. While atop the mountain one evening, my close friend from the village, who accompanied me daily during my visit, revealed the existence of a massive cave on the other side of the mountain. I've never been on that side of the mountain. There's a cave back there, I asked. It felt odd to me, despite how many times I took a trek to the top of the mountain, that no one had mentioned this cave to me. Let's go, he said, not waiting for me to respond. He got up from the giant boulder we were sitting on and started up over the peak of the mount. I followed right behind him. He had gotten me into some trouble before, but I had never really gotten hurt because of him, so I thought, why not? There were no trails or markers on the mountain. It took some searching, but eventually we found a cave. It was indeed a giant hole carved into the mountain, going down as far as I could see. The setting sun didn't light up more than a few yards into the tunnel before fading into pure darkness. We stood at the edge, peering down into the depths of the cave. Almost instantly, my eyes and nose started to feel like I had stuck my face in hot coals. The smell of ammonia from the bats that lived in the cave blindsided me. Meanwhile, my bud was having a good laugh at the expense of my tear ducts and nose hairs. We stared down into a giant hole for a good minute, looking around at all the bats clinging to various rock formations. I pointed at some beams of wood, or maybe they were really long tree trunks, that were placed across the cave at varying depths. What are those for? I asked. Farmers hire people to climb down there and bag bat poop to use as fertilizer. They make a lot of money. Want to take some?
Ew.
Huh? What happened?
I said, ew.
Yeah, gross. He asked excitedly. Hey, we talked about bat poop. That's the bat guano coffee. Anyway.
Yep, we did.
Yeah. I declined, not wanting to go into the cave at all, but as I expected, my friend had already begun his descent. He made his way down to the first section that had sufficiently flat ground to stand on without the aid of the wooden beams. He yelled at me to follow him, and I don't quite remember how, but he convinced me to climb down into the cave. Since the beams were placed by and intended for adults, they had a considerable distance between them. My smaller frame slipped through without issue. We both stood on the small section of level ground, trying not to breathe as the smell was burning our lungs. However, as he climbed higher up the wooden beams toward me, the dwindling sun illuminated a look of fear on his face. Come on, he said, and continued to the next beam underneath us. I'm not going down there, man, I said back to him, my shaky voice bouncing off the surrounding walls. He didn't stop, though. Although he heard me and possibly assumed I would follow him closely, he continued until the darkness engulfed him. I could hear him whistle at me from unique positions inside the cave, and eventually I didn't hear him at all. He had either stopped whistling entirely or he went so deep into the cave that I couldn't hear him anymore. He had mentioned that once it got to a certain depth, the floor evened out and you could easily walk deeper into the cave. Bats started to fly out in swarms. I knew they wouldn't purposely hurt me, but they were very loud and distracting. It was a struggle to remain in place as the tide of bats brushed by me. Once most of them passed, I could, for sure, be heard if I yelled into the cave. I called out to my friend. Hey man, let's go before it gets dark. I stood there, waiting for a reply, but he never called back to me. I looked around, debating whether I should stay put or climb out and wait for him outside the cave. Tucked into the spaces between the rocks and the walls of the cave, I noticed a few empty rice bags. I assumed they were used for carrying the bat poop. I also noticed what looked to be clothes snagged on the edges of the rocks on the walls lower into the caves. Shoes were left on the small ledges that naturally occurred in the cave. Odd, I thought, thinking some folks found it easier to climb down while barefoot. I heard huffing coming from beneath me. It was the unmistakable sound of my friend's heavy, panicked breathing. I tried my hardest to see down into the darkness, but it was no use. My friend would frequently play tricks on me, so I hesitated to believe that he was actually in some kind of trouble. The sounds of panic were getting closer, though, and the distress in his breath became apparent. When he came into view, he had a look that I initially misunderstood as anger, as if he were unhappy that I didn't follow him down. However, as he climbed higher up the wooden beams toward me, and the dwindling sun illuminated the look of fear on his face, he didn't stop to let me up first. He passed by me in a hurry and was out of the cave before I even made a move. I looked down once more at the darkness beneath me and saw nothing and heard nothing. I focused on balancing as I navigated through the beams until I made it out of the cave. Once I was out, I looked around for my friend so we could leave, but I didn't see him anywhere near the mouth of the cave. I yelled for him, getting ready to accept that he had probably left me behind again and was halfway down the mountain. I called him one more time and scanned around for him until I found him at the tree line, sitting next to a big rock. "Hey, man, let's go before it gets dark," I said again as I walked toward him. I was so relieved I wouldn't have to find my way down the mountain on my own in the dark. He just sat there, looking bewildered. I was trying to figure out what he was thinking or why he was behaving so weirdly. He started breathing heavier and heavier with each breath, and anger began to settle into his face. I backed away, knowing what he could do in his rage. He was a good guy who wouldn't hurt me or anyone that wasn't truly asking for it. But while in a blinding rage, he had once knocked his brother, who just happened to be in the line of fire, unconscious. I wasn't in the mood to get floored. He rose from the ground and made his way toward the cave. While picking up a big rock, he ended up smashing his thumb, fueling his anger further. With the rock in his arms, he walked to the opening, lifted it up, and sent it crashing down the dark hole. The rock broke through some of the wooden beams on its way down and caused an enormous roar of echoes that filled the surrounding air. When the intense roar of echoes started to subside, my friend looked like he was getting nervous. He gave me a look and nodded toward the trees, telling me it was time to go. Whenever we hiked up the mountain, we would run down at full speed, jumping from one boulder to another. It was our tradition. The mountain's steep face was covered in decades of dirt and dead leaves, cushioning our landings. Dangerous, yes. But most of the activities we filled our days with were dangerous. We were just kids with only our imaginations to entertain ourselves. When we started jumping and hopping down the mountain, my friend was covering way more ground than I was. I tried my best to keep up, but he left me behind, seemingly without even trying. He would stop now and then to let me catch up, though. We made it back to town in about 40 minutes. We sat in my family's living room for a while, which was no more than an open-air concrete corridor with a roof made of bamboo and clay shingles. He held his hand up and showed me his thumb. It was a disgusting purple, swollen lump. "I need to drain the blood," he said as he blankly stared at his hand. I found him a sewing needle and held it over a candle for a few seconds. I slowly pierced the skin of his thumb with the needle, and I could see it hurt him quite a bit. He was really quiet after that. There's a little blurb in here that's I don't think it's part of the story, but I'm going to read it anyway. Bodies are often found in caves, whether they are victims or criminals. Bodies like Joseph Henry Loveless, who was a notorious criminal and bootlegger active in the early 20th century. His disappearance in 1916 remained a mystery until his remains were discovered in the Civil Defense Caves in Idaho, USA, decades later. His dismembered and headless body was found in two separate instances, in 1979 and 1991. Despite the gruesome state, his remains were well preserved, allowing investigators to identify him. The circumstances and motive behind his brutal murder remain intriguing, making this case one of the most perplexing in Idaho's history. Okay.
What? What did that last part have to do with the story?
Nothing. It's just somehow in here. It seemed like this book is really, really weirdly laid out because, again, it's a Five Below book. I don't think it's really, I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like it's only there.
That's weird. Wait a minute. So it just stops there? He just drained his...
No, there's more. It's just for some reason that's in the middle of it. I don't know.
Okay, that's wild. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's really oddly laid out. I didn't expect that. But...
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
maybe it was that we turned into teenagers soon after, but every year I visited after that, he was never the guy I knew as a kid. In 2020, during the summer, I received news that my good friend was discovered hanged in his room at his house. I have no doubt that he had enemies in town and in the surrounding villages who might have had something to do with his death. However, his wife said that she was sure he had hanged himself. He was there with me when I went on my first hunt, when I harvested my first beehive, when I unknowingly stole a herd of cattle from the drug lord in our region, when we got lost in the desert and jumped into a well just to drink water, when my aunt unloaded her rifle on us when she thought we were trespassers, and when we were chased by a herd of bulls that got away from their rancher. I often wonder what happened in that cave that really changed him. I really regret not being there with him that day. That's the end of the story.
That is odd.
That's a weird one. So he saw something. What do you think he saw in the cave? I mean, like anything could be in caves. I don't know.
Who knows,
man? Is it Mexico? I mean, what are the? There's like a bunch of like different things from Mexico, like El Chupacabra. I don't know. There's other stuff.
The Aztecs, the Incas.
Yeah, the Aztecs. Yeah. But I'm talking about like the what is it? The cryptids that can be in Mexico. That's. I feel like he might have seen something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe, like they were talking about, maybe it was a decapitated body. I don't know. Anything can happen.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Anything. It could have been anything.
I don't know.
But he clearly didn't say what he saw.
Yeah.
At least to his friend.
I didn't see the whole thing about that part at the end of him hanging himself. That just took me by surprise. I'm like, huh. Okay.
Yeah, that was, wow.
It's rather sad.
That is rather sad. Absolutely, it is. And I mean, got to talk shit out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
just saying.
Hey, I mean, the book also did mention about suicide and stuff.
Sure
so
did.
But let's just take a second to do take a second to do the right thing. If you or someone you know is going through a crisis and unfortunately is having suicidal thoughts, make sure you contact the suicide hotline, which I'm bringing up the phone number now. Yeah, they have a brand new number. You can call or text 988. That's all you gotta do.
Wow.
988 is free, confidential, 24/7 national hotline available in the United States for anyone experiencing a mental health, substance use, or suicidal crisis. Veteran service members and their families can press 1 after dialing 988 to connect to the Veterans Crisis Line. Spanish-speaking support available by pressing 2. And to text the Veterans Crisis Line, it's 838-255. Or you can if you just want to use the general number, it's 988. You can call or text it. Look out for each other, people, because suicide is there. It's unfortunate. It's something that we need to be aware of. It's a thing. It's a fact of life. And I wish it wasn't, but just do the right thing. And I hope people really think about things and call this number, because these are people who are here to help. To try and talk you down from your crisis. Everybody goes through something. I hope that people find the help they need. But
amen.
Yeah, but I figured we'd say the right thing, because this is talking about suicide.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, let's bring up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's a story. I wonder what other kind of stories are in here. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah.
So we did that.
We did that. That was a thing.
All right. That was very strange, though, the way you went about the whole story. I mean, I was kind of expecting a little more out of the story.
I was going to think, I guess it's not really...
With the exception of the outcome. The outcome was obviously very horrible.
Yeah. But I was expecting, more I guess it's not written as, jump scares or anything. It's not like it's a horror book. It's, it's supposed to be real accounts from people. And I guess some people don't really write in a way. It's not everybody's a creative writer. Not saying that this person is not doing. This person is writing their account of what happened. Straight up. It's like
I wonder how much they actually embellish the publication company did.
Good question. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, people can. Yeah, you put the nail on the head. Most people don't write.
Yeah. They don't write like
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody can tell a story.
Yeah.
Okay, the beginning, middle, end. Here you go. There's a story.
Sure.
Um, but to be able to write it with feeling and all that fun
Mm-hmm.
stuff in there and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
I truly wonder how much the publication company embellished a little
Yeah.
bit
To
or
help it
worked
blow.
on the words.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. I feel like
I just,
somebody they probably had a ghostwriter
I
that helped to clean it up. Yeah.
again, I could be way off base with it, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
hard to say because this is this book. It's just sitting there. You can buy it in
yeah,
Five
yeah,
Below, along with some
right.
other books. But it's like there's not even an author. It's just a publication company called Castle. There's like very little that's on this book as far as like who wrote it, where it's from.
Yeah,
Like I don't even know if all this is factual. It could be factual. I don't know.
I would hope so.
I mean, it's the way they write it. It's like, and then to talk about suicide stuff. It's like I would hope that well, let me not say that I hope that. I don't know. For such a subject as suicide, I would hope that they wouldn't just take that lightly. That's what I would say.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I
Right.
agree. Yeah.
Again, if anybody's having unfortunate feelings of thoughts and of suicide or trying to hurt themselves, again, I hope you don't. Every life is precious. You're here for a reason. Call or text 988 from any phone or device, and they can help you. Anyway, let's get away from that because that's really depressing.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But
Yep.
I think it's going to bring us to the end of the coffee table. No coffee.
Yes.
It's coffee table
No
sans
coffee.
coffee. Yeah.
That's right.
My
I'll
Minute
have
Maid
coffee
is
next
just
time.
yeah. My Minute Maid concentrates just a sludgy mess. I'm just gonna throw it out. Your Dr Pepper still holding
Just
in
shake
there?
it, Jay. Just shake it.
Just
It's
shake
okay.
it.
Just
Shake it
shake
like a Polaroid picture. Yeah,
it.
sure.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this, and we'll be right back with this call news. Right? Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
That's right. We'll see y'all soon. And now it's time for this you call news. And with our article for this you call news, it's Mitch of Lumpia and Latkes. Mitch.
Thank you, Jay. This one comes from Eyewitness News 7 out of, looks like California. Wells Fargo denies $28,000 refund after check altered, cashed by mail thieves. When it's time to pay a bill, many people still write a check and mail it. But is that safe anymore? Postal inspectors say mail theft is rising fast and thieves are going after your checks. The phrase, the check is in the mail, has new meaning for two Northern California homeowners who were among the latest to pay the price of mail theft. They dropped their property tax payments in the mail as usual, and the checks were cashed right away, but not by the tax collector. Kathy Pham, or Pam, is it Pam? Let's say Pam, of San Jose, was surprised to get a delinquency notice in the mail saying she never paid her property taxes. She thought, sure she did. I thought, oh my gosh, did I forget? I was like kicking myself, Pam said. I'm going to say Pham. We'll say Pham. Pham said, my husband actually took the check down to the post office and dropped it off. In fact, her bank statement showed that the check had cleared months ago. I said, I'm going to go to the county Monday and I'm going to tell them, hey, you cashed my check. And then my husband said, hey, let's look at the check. And that's when I almost fell over, she said. The check image showed a very different check than the one Pham wrote. Criminals had stolen it from the mail, then used a pen to squeeze letters between the ones Pham wrote to form a new name. They kind of fit their name into those letters, Pham said. That person cashed her check, making off with $2,400. Not only did I have to pay the property tax again, I paid like all that late fees, she said. Fam went right down to Wells Fargo Bank. Surely her bank would refund her money. They denied it because I waited too long, she said. The same thing happened to Jody Glazer of Los Altos and her husband Paul. They dropped their property tax payment into a blue mailbox outside the post office. 3 months later, they got a late notice from the county. I was in the other room and I heard him say, "Bah," said Jody Glazer. I'm like, I know I paid it. I know I saw that the check hit the account, say Paul Glazer. So they clicked on the image only to see a big shock. Clearly, the check had been altered and cashed by somebody else, Paul said. The criminals probably know there's a chemical that will wipe away the ink, Jody said. To their surprise, the check image showed somebody had wiped off the name of the tax collector and put in a different name. And it was a woman's name, obviously not the tax board, Jody said. The thief took nearly $28,000. And the couple still have to pay their property taxes plus penalties, another $30,000. And so now we're out, $60,000, Jody said. They went to their bank, also Wells Fargo, expecting a refund. We, within 30 days, got an automated denial, she said. They said you have to notify us within 30 days of the statement. Same thing, said Kathy Pham. Your claim was denied because you waited too long. I went in as soon as I found out. So how can you say I waited too long? Wells Fargo pointed to its page 42 deposit account agreement, which says customers must review bank statements each month and report unauthorized payments within 30 days or lose rights to a claim. But the homeowners say they did review their statements and they didn't show any fraud. The statement only shows the date and the amount, Jody says. It doesn't show you who wrote the check, who you wrote the check to. It doesn't say who cashed the check. It just says check. And as a result, they had no idea it was scammers who cashed their checks until the county sent delinquency notices 3 months later. The only way we would know is if we had downloaded the actual check. Who does that? Who does that? I mean, you have to do that for every single check, Jody said. But Wells Fargo says that's exactly what customers should do. The bank updated its account agreement last November to say customers must also review check images to preserve rights to a claim. That explicit clause was not in the agreement when the Glassers and Kathy Pham filed their claims. But Wells Fargo said check images were always available to them. In a statement, Wells Fargo said, "We empathize with our customer situation. We never want to see anyone experience a financial scam or fraud. Our priority is to support our customers and raise awareness for them to avoid, detect, and promptly report incidents so we can act quickly together." Consumer advocate Teresa Murray of the U.S. Public Interest Research Group says customers may not realize state law requires them to report altered checks in a reasonable time. Banks usually allow 30 to 60 days, and it's up to customers to be vigilant. I'm sure that a lot of people do not read all the terms and conditions and all the fine print when they open a checking account, Murray said. We live in a society now where honestly, we as consumers, we have to be our own best advocate. We can't count on anybody else to take care of us, Murray said. There are lots of bad guys out there and more technology. It's super easy for people to get ripped off. And by the time that somebody realizes something's wrong, the bad guy is long gone, and somebody is left holding the bag. So we learned our lesson. Do not pay a big bill like that in the mail, said Jody Glaser. Turns out a theft deposited the Glassers nearly $28,000 check into an ATM at a U.S. bank in Minnesota. And the mailbox where they dropped their check, it was sealed off and put out of service due to many thefts at that box. One sign on the box says, "Please drop mail inside the post office." Pham was told the thief cashed her check at Wells Fargo branch in South San Francisco. But for her, there was a happier ending. After our sister station, KGO TV, encouraged her to appeal, Wells Fargo did refund Fam's money. It was a big relief, she said. The bank did not say why it refunded Fam, but not the Glassers, citing privacy rules. But in a letter to the couple, Wells Fargo said it would continue trying to recover their funds. Some random person stole the check, easily changed the name, and cashed it. And the bank is saying it's on us. That could happen all the time. I mean, that's huge. Like, that is huge, huge problem, Jody said. Yeah, I'm so traumatized. I don't think I'm going to be writing a check in a while, Fam said. Experts say mail thieves look for envelopes that may contain a check, like utility bills and even birthday cards. They knew blue envelopes contained those Santa Clara County property tax payments. Customers should also watch out because once a thief gets your check, they also have your bank number and a whole lot of your personal information. To avoid risks, you can pay your property taxes and a lot of other bills electronically.
Oh boy, there are so many things that went wrong in this whole thing. It's like,
what a mess!
Wow. At the end of the day, it really is up to the consumer, just like they're saying. Because again, I never use those blue boxes specifically because those boxes are targeted, like they say all the time, by people that steal mail. That's just a thing that happens.
Sure.
And
Sure.
if you're gonna use the mailbox, use the one that's drop it off in the post office. I mean,
right.
If you're in that big of a hurry, maybe you should make more time and plan your day better. Because again, you're talking about like that's a lot of money, $28,000. It's like
absolutely.
I don't know, like there's just so many things that went wrong that could have been made better by a more common sense approach. Because I don't know, I mean I get it's an option to pay it through the mail. But like they said, pay it online. They could have paid it online. Could have dropped the mail in the mailbox inside the post office. As far as the Wells Fargo saying the stuff about you have 30 days to report. It's like if that's in the terms and conditions, it's like that same thing with the with Michigan with the insurance thing, right? I mean,
the car insurance thing. Yep.
Yeah, if it's in the terms and conditions, there's not much you can really say. I'm glad that lady appealed and was able to get her money back. And that's what I was going to say is surely there's got to be another recourse of action they can take is some sort of appeal. Yeah. And I'm glad that happened for her. But honestly, it's up to us to make sure that our information, our finances are secure because, like they said, no one else is going to do it for you. Yes, you have an account with that bank, but it's not. That bank has so many customers. It's they're there to protect you in certain ways, and they usually do. When you have unauthorized purchases, from my credit union, they'll call and they'll have that automated thing we blocked your card because of unauthorized things. It's please call us to unblock. They do protect you, but with certain things like this, $28,000, I don't know if I would ever use the mail to take that kind of payment out there because stuff happens, stuff like this.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can get behind that in a big way, Jay. I completely understand that. I mean, something that large of an amount. I mean, don't get me wrong. My wife and I did write a very large check, 5 figures at one point for a down payment on a car.
Okay.
But we had saved up our money and we were all excited to write that kind of a check because who does that, right?
Right. Right.
So we saved our pennies. We did it. It was all nice and fun and everything. And then afterwards, it was what, not a big deal. But afterwards, I was thinking I probably should have gotten a cashier's check or something instead. Mm-hmm. That would have probably been way more secure because it doesn't have my routing number on there or anything along those lines anymore. And it's almost starting to turn into a world where guess what? Checks are bad.
Yeah,
you don't want to send out a check. Check has all your information on it, where online it's not. It's safe.
Yeah.
It's almost like nowadays your safest bet is to literally put everything on a credit card. And then just quickly turn around and pay it off as soon as you charge it, type thing. Because then if there is something fraudulent from your transaction, you can hopefully stop and protect yourself from that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
And the
yeah,
fact that
it's very unfortunate.
yeah, the fact that it was that the $28,000 check was deposited into an ATM, it's like this raised a whole lot of red flags for me because it's like we
Yeah,
trust these
yeah.
things to do what we expect them to do, but clearly there are some things that you just can't get right, even with the best of intentions. Like nothing's foolproof, and that's like
Nope.
worrying. And that we have these loopholes here that allow people to do this kind of stuff and get away with criminal activity like this. It's really
I'm
crazy.
I'm I'm a little perplexed though. They actually, and this is new to me. They
Hmm.
found a way to remove the
To
ink.
remove the ink, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, wow,
yeah.
that's just crazy.
I mean, this is the
Now
thing that
filling in the lines or whatever,
yeah,
putting words in there to make it say something else. All right, that's kind of ingenious in some ways. That's
yeah.
kind of smart, if you will. But to put it in, I'm sorry, anyone who is of their salt, if you will, that
Hmm.
receives a check and it's literally like the city of blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you see the city of blah blah blah, and someone just happens, Teresa show me, oh yeah, this is you.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, unless somebody is that good at forging all that stuff, which again, there are people out there that can do it. There
Yes.
are people out there that can do it. It
Right.
just seems wild to me. But to be able to get it to disappear, that's even more impressive.
Yep. And the fact that all this was approved and like maybe at some point like maybe it didn't pass like some an actual person's eyes, but like if this happened within like an actual bank branch, somebody saw the check and like, yep, that looks good to me. It's like, no, I need you to
Yeah,
look at the check again because it's like
maybe
how many
so.
safeguards need to be put in place. It's like
Yeah,
it's so it's so frustrating. I feel for these people. I really do.
I do too. I feel for him as
Yeah.
well. I would honestly hope with the attention that this is getting that the Glassers would have gotten like the city to waive at least the late fee.
Yeah, the late
I mean,
fee.
they could at least
Hmm.
say, look, you still owe us the 28,000. We need this paid, but we're going to waive the late fee on this
Yeah,
whole
because that
thing.
was
You
that
don't owe
was
us another
out of their
thirty thousand
control.
dollars or whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's something that's completely out of your control.
Right.
If you can still pay us, great, and then you can go pursue your money elsewhere, type thing. But
Hmm.
I mean, what happens? What happens if it's literally like, oh my God, this is it. We don't have any more money. We can't pay you another $30,000. We
Yeah.
don't have $30,000 to pay you.
I'm about to
What
say like
happens then?
having thirty
The city's
thousand
going to be
dollars
like,
just all at once is like
then
that's
it's
asking a lot.
yeah. I mean, come on now. You're basically just telling them, okay, well now since you didn't pay us and you owe taxes, guess what? You're now foreclosed. Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Someone messed up my check. Here's the proof to show it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
It's just wild. I
It's
would hope
wild.
that they would get some reprieve
I would
from
hope
the
so
bank in
too.
some fashion, but
It's real. It's
all
just
right,
wow.
it's
What a story.
sad.
What a story.
It is. What a story.
Whew.
So that's it for our first article, sir. Jay, what do you got for us?
Well, we have an article that comes to us from Yahoo Life, written January 11, 2026. Shopper floored after noticing toys on shelf at thrift store. In brackets, this is just absurd. Thrift stores are typically able to sell items at low and discounted prices thanks to donations by the local community. However, a growing trend of absurd thrift store pricing is catching shoppers off guard. One thrift shopper in New Zealand was taken by surprise when they saw the steep price of a box of mismatched Lego pieces. The shopper shared a picture of the exorbitant pricing to the r/thrift grift subreddit, a community dedicated to exposing the exploitative pricing practices of second-hand stores. A sign attached to the box of used pieces listed the box at 200 New Zealand dollars. Mixed,
Wow.
not sets, the sign added. Based on currency exchange rates at the time of writing, the cost of the box Lego pieces, was equivalent to $114. This was one of the more egregious prices I saw today, the original poster wrote. The cost is just absurd. Used Lego pieces, especially mismatched ones, can be found resold in bulk on sites like eBay or Walmart. A bulk of 1,000 used Lego pieces can cost anything between $20 and $30, a fraction of the price the thrift store is asking. One observant commentator noted that the box of used Lego pieces weren't even entirely all Lego branded pieces. I could see some Mega Blocks or other brands in there, they said. Who goes to a thrift store looking to spend $200? Another user commented. The absurd pricing for this likely donated item clearly demonstrates the profit-driven behavior of some unethical thrift stores. Thrift stores and secondhand shops are meant to be an affordable alternative to purchasing items brand new, while helping to keep still usable items out of the landfill. When thrift stores unnecessarily inflate prices of used or secondhand goods, thrift shoppers have little reason to continue buying into the circular economy, opting to buy new instead. Fortunately, there are more thrift shops that continue to practice ethical pricing than there are unethical thrift stores. Thrift store shoppers have found everyday household necessities, from KitchenAid accessories to bamboo rattan chairs at reasonable prices, helping to stretch their dollar further. Thrift stores are also great places to discover rare or valuable vintage items. One thrift store shopper found a vintage cameo ring worth over $100 for the grand price of $3. These are the positive experiences that thrift stores should strive to continue to provide. The decimal point is missing. It should be $2, one commenter joked. This is crazy, another commenter stated. If it isn't a full set, it is no way worth over $100 used, LOL. And then some comments, because we like to see comments.
Yep.
Let's see.
Not a whole lot of comments on this one, but still.
I used to donate to thrift stores, not so much now. I donate my things to a senior complex, the library for the children's room, or sell it myself. I wouldn't pay $2 for something that's not a set and mixed with other blocks. Every time I go to Goodwill, I never leave without at least one item I can resell on eBay for at least $10 to $15. $15 to $20 profit. The thing is, if you're a reseller, you need to be able to buy and sell all types and all kinds of items. If you pigeonhole yourself into just one category, of course you're going to have trouble finding stuff at these kinds of stores. And then more stuff. It's just a couple comments. Sellers can ask whatever the heck they want. You can decline. Just shut up and desist with the obnoxious sanctimony. Wow, okay, that's a way to put it. The goods from these places given to them free, then they charge these prices. Yeah, that is a thing. Oh, well, the CEO and the top people have to keep on giving. Had to eat to keep on giving. Wow, this show, like, this stuff, like, oh man, this is near and dear to me, up to my heart, because I love to thrift. You know.
Yeah, man.
You have a brother or brother-in-law that likes to thrift too, right? Something like that.
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law loves to thrift, man. I mean, he finds all sorts of good stuff. I mean, several years ago, he got my daughter, which she was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old, got her a Tickle Me Elmo, the original Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh yeah,
still in the box.
Yeah.
At a thrift store. He was like, "Yeah, I got it for a few bucks, whatever, man." I mean, he's always bargain shopping. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. I really do. Because you can find some great stuff. I mean, heck, you found a snowblower. I mean, of course, he lives in Virginia Beach. What the hell is he going to need a snowblower for? He used it once, maybe twice. Maybe he used it this last go round of snow, which I'm sorry, it was pretty freaking, wasn't that great.
No.
But still, again, there's nothing wrong with bargain shopping. There's nothing wrong with bargain.
The problem with bargain shopping is when you have a place that's posing as a thrift store, but it's more like a consignment shop, or it's they like to label themselves as like vintage stores or antiques.
Right.
It's like once you start having these other labels, which are valid labels to these kind of stores, you can't call yourself a thrift store anymore. It's like a thrift store is meant for people who. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
A thrift store is meant for people. A thrift store is meant for people, meant for transactions of being thrifty, of saving money.
Yep.
Consignment shops, antique malls, and vintage shops are all about making money. They're not there for the people. They're there to make money. They're there to sell, unique and specialized goods. A thrift shop is there for the down and dirty. It's like, all right, I need some new clothes. I don't care what they look like. Oh, this polo looks great. Let me buy that for $5. Whereas if you go to a vintage shop, that same polo is probably going to be like $75 because that's just how it works. But it's just it's the advent and the creation of all these new categories of stuff that should be thrift stores, and you go in thinking it's going to be a thrift store, is insane. It needs to be clear at the front. It's like, this is not a thrift store. This is a different kind of store that you're going to find stuff that's thrift stores are trying to blur the line and trying to become consignment, antique, vintage. And it's like, you see it all the time, like vintage sections, their boutiques, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, all right, we're losing the sense of what this is supposed to be. Especially when you talk about, like, chains, Goodwill in particular. Man, Goodwill is terrible. Goodwill takes whatever they get donated and they have to sell it because that's what the corporate entity wants. I mean, you people have probably seen on TikTok and whatnot, it's just, they take anything, literally anything. A jar of sand, $5. Broken crayons, $6. A free thing of ketchup, like $2.50. It's like, I've seen these things. It's like, Goodwill is terrible for just selling whatever and also just all the profit. I mean, I get that.
They gotta sell. They gotta make their money, man.
I get that Goodwill is
to make some of their money.
Yeah, I understand that Goodwill is helping people out, but like, come on.
But here's the thing too. It's also what people are donating. I mean, they're literally going like, oh yeah, I don't want this anymore. We'll just put it in the Goodwill bag, and Goodwill accepts it like that. And, I mean, look, there are some things that I'm pretty sure that Goodwill has to throw away. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure if it's like got bodily fluids or something, probably throw it away. Yeah.
I mean, bodily fluids, sure, but what if they sell like a fold-out chair where there's a hole in the middle? You know what I mean?
They probably say it's a fixer-upper. You can use it for a project. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
I mean, you have to see these videos. If you, I'll probably send you some at some point. You got to see these videos. Okay. It's really insane. Okay. People that go Goodwill, specifically Goodwill thrifting, and the stuff Goodwill puts on display in some of these locations is absolutely insane for insane prices. It's like this stuff, like it's just unbelievable the where thrifting has gone from where it started. It's just crazy.
That's a shame to see this box of Legos the way it is, Jay. It's kind of weird. But it doesn't. Did it say which city it was? Oh, New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand.
Okay. Pricing to the R Thrift Gift subreddit. Okay, what is Thrift Gift? That's just like a subreddit page, if you will.
Yeah.
How do we know that this actually was a Goodwill store, or if this was something else? To be fair.
What did they say in here? Did they say anything?
Don't.
They don't say anything.
No. It just says that they.
I wasn't saying this. I wouldn't say that this. I wasn't saying that this is from Goodwill. I'm just saying in general for Goodwill. But like there's just this is just evidence of like where we are going with thrifting, and that everybody wants to make money because I'm not gonna I'm not trying to make political statements or anything, but with tariffs and the way they are, having to get more expensive to buy stuff new, so. People are going back to thrifting because they want to save money. But then thrift stores are realizing this, so they're jacking up their prices too. They're like, "Oh, wow, the market's great. We're going to sell more. Cool." It's like this is the antithesis of what a thrift store was meant for, as making thrifting really difficult.
In a lot of ways, yes.
Yeah.
And they're selling anything they can, probably because of the fact that it's going out the front so quickly from other people wanting to buy as much as they can. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to find stuff at thrift stores, to be fair.
Yeah.
Even I mean, look,
there are still good ones. There are still good ones.
I go to a thrift store to buy, or Goodwill or Salvation Army or what have you. I go into those places to buy clothes for my job.
Right.
My job, I'm sorry to say, is a dirty job. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's going to get dirty, and it gets dirty pretty quick. But so I go and buy polo shirts, I go buy pants, whatever, because I know that hopefully I don't destroy them. But if I do, I paid $5-10 for this pair of pants. I paid $3, $5 for this shirt. Okay, I don't feel so bad as far as buying something brand new and spending $40, $50 on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things. So yeah, I don't see
Yep.
too big of a deal. Now, I mean, I typically also buy a Sam's Club too, because guess what? It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's usually cheaper than going into a Kohl's or even a Walmart sometimes to
True.
find the same daggone shirt.
Very true.
Sometimes those shirts are not in the best of shapes. They're not always perfect.
Yep.
But you know what? If I get it for $12, I'm okay with that. And if it looks
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm okay with. I'm
As
even
long as it
happier
looks
about it,
presentable, fine. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any problems doing that.
Right.
And I think that's what its true intention was for, is to find some things that you might need or want,
Mm-hmm.
and for a more affordable price. Now, if they're starting to jack up all our prices on us, well, let's go somewhere else.
Yep.
Problem is, there isn't anywhere else. That's the bottom of the barrel for the most part, unless you
Yeah.
want to go to the CHKD thrift store.
Yeah.
And even they have standards.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the state of thrifting is rough right now, but it is there. You just gotta look to not. This is not every thrift store that we're talking about. It's not every single one is terrible. It's just that there's a definite trend for thrift stores to do things that are not in favor of the customer, which is just business in general. But thrifting has always had a unique place in that it's always been trying to connect with the customer to make sure they get good deals. But
I had a
I
box
guess
of Legos that had more Legos in it than that
yeah.
for years.
Oh, so you tell me that's a $400 box of Legos that you had?
Yeah, I might have nowadays.
Yeah,
Shit,
sure.
it's probably at least 1,000,
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
1,000, about a sawbuck, just a sawbuck. Give me a sawbuck. Oh no, actually no, 10 sawbucks rather. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, sure.
yeah. Because a sawbuck is 100, I think, right? Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what a sawbuck was, so
It's
I
like
wasn't,
an
I wasn't
old
about to.
'50s term. Yeah, a sawbuck is like a
Oh, okay.
yeah. Back in the days when they used to say I was necking with the mall. It's like okay, you know,
Okay.
look at
Mhm.
those gams.
Yep. I know
But
that
anyway,
phrase.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, really good
Yeah.
articles. Really good articles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And another fantastic episode. Lots of ups
Once
and
again,
downs. Yeah. Um,
roller
always
coaster.
good. Always good. Roller coaster of love. Yeah. Anyway, I think that yeah. I think that brings us to the end of our episode. And as always, my name is Jay.
And I'm Mitch.
Love, peace, and respect. We'll catch y'all again right here on the next episode of Lumpia and Latkes.
Bye for now.
If you should or would like to contact us, please find us on our Facebook page, Lumpia and Latkes. We will be glad to hear from you.